My definition of empathy is seeing someone else's perspective, which is something that we need to do. We're going to have to learn how to communicate. And in order to learn how to communicate and reach success, we have to understand someone else's perspective.
And at that point, I'd been using heroin for about a year and a half. I started when I was 14.
On and off, I took dance classes, performed some, which I loved performing, until I was 44.
Every time I get around people, I start telling stories, and there's one person that is truly responsible for that. It's my grandfather on my mom's side, Papa, Bill Flynn. Since his passing, I've been reading a lot of Ernest Hemingway.
I'm a scientist and a public health researcher. I'm also a practical idealist and a global citizen, having lived in several countries and having traveled to over 70 countries over my lifetime.
Now the shuddering was the shaking of windows. It really was the swaying of fans. It was the shaking of the ground. Initially we thought it was an earthquake.
For the most part, I've been teaching flying since '69, so it's almost 50 years.
I learned about 5 years ago that I also had the gift to help people, not only in the Christian arena, but in all areas of life.
I was going to middle school in California, and that was like at the peak of the time that I really didn't understand who I was. And the test form asked me for my ethnicity and my race, and it only allowed me to circle one box.
I keep telling the story too that I lost my first student, and so I put him out on a solo flight, and he went right off the runway.
I kept my heel down and then heard her say, "Remember to lift your heel." And everybody who was there was traumatized because everybody could hear the pop in my knee.
We still think it's an earthquake until we turn around and we see the building that was right across the street from our high school. And we just see plumes of smoke rising.
We are so connected in the universe. This universe connects all of us together. And I believe that people who have gifts, they're not just for you. They're for the universe.